students and all participants. I am Pramaha Vutichai Panyavutho, and it's my great joy to welcome you to the second season of this special certificate program on Pali chanting with English translations on this sacred occasion of Buddhist Lent Day, and as we celebrate the 81st year of Luang Por Thammachayo. This program is offered by the Buddhist Studies Foundation in collaboration with Dhammagaya Open University Coordination Center. And whether you are new to chanting or you have practiced for years, all are welcome on this journey. Before we begin the lecturing session, please allow me to introduce some significant information to the students. The course aims to first promote a deep understanding of Buddhist principles through accurate translation of Buddhist chanting texts. The second, to develop analytic thinking skills and application of Buddhist principles in daily life. And number three, to help students understand virtues and Dhamma principles to become good role models. And even if the Pali language feels unfamiliar for many people, this program invites you to discover the deeper meanings behind each word and each phrase in the chanting. The words we recite are a living bridge connecting us and the Buddha. And you may imagine these exact same words spoken by the Buddha over 2,000 years ago. And the course structure and schedule, the total, our journey will span over the 15 days or the 30 hours of learning. And we will meet 3 days per week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And each day our session will follow this flow. We begin at 6:30 p.m. Thailand time with evening chanting and meditation, which are wonderful ways to calm our minds and prepare for learning. At 7 p.m. we will have a brief introduction of the day's topic, and followed by the main lecture session until around 8 p.m. Then we will practice chanting with translations together until about 8:25. Then with the brief conclusion, we will end our day at around 8:30 p.m. Thailand time. But I should mention that this schedule is somewhat flexible, depending on our speakers and specific content of each day. And but no worry, any changes will be communicated through our line group, which I strongly encourage everyone to join. And we start our journey on this the 14th of July to the 14th of August. You may get to our program by logging into the Zoom application for all the students, which is important for your attendance score. Or if you want to review what you have learned, you may go to the Facebook or the YouTube channel. And if you haven't done so, you may join our live chat room, which will have all the important information that I provide, that I share with you today in the note of the chat room. It's all the important information, such as lecture dates, the topics, the name of the instructors, and all the learning material. Such as this is an example of what you may find in our chat room. And also you may find the link to, you may download the manual for our class. And the number 3, it is important, this is very important for all the students, because your score will also depend on your attendance and checking in. And we need you to rename in the Zoom application to the student ID number, and also your name, as this example, 6721 40 Sandy. This is example. And where do we find this our student ID number? You may find it in the receipt of when you apply or register to this program. But if you are not sure and you really don't know how, you may surely go to the chat room and ask for your student number there. Our staff will be more than happy to help you out. We need to change to rename, because the system will track the attendance each session with the student ID. However, if the tracking system miscalculated your attendance for any reasons, please contact our DOU admin in our chat room. Then we come to assessment. The exam and evaluation is going to be 30 questions, 30 multiple choice questions, with accountable for 60%, and attendance of these 15 days will account for 40% of your score. And no need to worry that is going to be overwhelming at the end of the lecturing sessions. We are going to have the tutoring session on the 14th of August, and you will have more than 5 days to contemplate of what you have learned and think about the questions and all the multiple choices, and you usually have plenty of time to work on your exam. And this is an open book. You may use some help or even from AI technology, but use it wisely to make you benefit from our class. And there are two types of certificate that you will receive. The first one is an outstanding certificate, which you need to have more than you need to have 80 or more points. The type 2 is the general certificate that will show that you have passed this program, and you need to pass the 50% points. And the contact information, you may connect to us through either Facebook or DOU channel, YouTube for review or the video that we have learned or what we have learned each day. And also you can, of course, get into the line chat room to ask questions. And also you may call us at 095-519-1911. And this is the end of the orientation. And next, for tonight, we are honored. เดี๋ยวขึ้นชีวิตของหลวงพี่ขึ้นมาเลย Tonight, we are honored to welcome พระครูสังฆรักษ์อนุรักษ์โสธิโก who will guide us through the morning chanting in our lecture session over the next 2 days. Venerable Anurak has walked the Dhamma path for nearly 4 decades, and with over 27 years in monastic life and more than 26 years teaching Dhamma in both English and Thai. He shares the Buddha's teachings with diverse audiences through classes, talks, social media, and community programs, reaching everyone from monks to lay people in organizations, various universities, and meditation retreats. And since 1999, he has served as assistant to the Vice Abbot of Dhammakaya Temple. And his direct experience under Luang Por Thatta Shivo's guidance and his compassionate dedication to spreading the Buddha's message make him the perfect teacher to reveal the profound meanings behind the morning chants that begin our days with mindfulness and spiritual purpose. So please join me to welcome and offer our gratitude to พระครูสังฆรักษ์อนุรักษ์โสธิโกขอกราบอาราธนานิมนต์พระอาจารย์ครับขอกราบอาราธนาพระอาจารย์ได้บูชาพระรัตนตรัยครับผม
Extended my respect to the elder monks who are presented here and greeting to everyone. So now let's pay respect to the Tripitjam together. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami สุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามิอันธรรมยังพุทธสสะภะคะวะโตอุปภาคณมการังกโรมาเสนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
May I invite all students and lay participants to offer our respects to Ajahn Anurak Sotiko by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, bow.
And good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. So we will begin this first sessions of the series of translating, chanting, so we all will understand more about the teaching of Lord Buddha together. I'm not a teacher here. I'm just a friend who taking the same journey as you all here. So let's dive in together, learn a bit more about the teaching and the origin of the chanting, which is, to me, I've learned a lot since the invitation from the master who invited me here to be a part of these sessions. So thank you so much for having me here once again. Let's dive into the morning chanting. First and foremost, before we begin to talk about the morning chanting, I would love to say about the why before we understanding about the what. So why we have to learning about the morning chanting. Actually, the morning chanting is about bring back the times when Lord Buddha is still alive with us here. So the word in Pali call it Vatta chanting or Vatra chanting in Thai language. We learn about Vatra chanting. Chanting in the morning as Vatra or Vatta, which means routine or duty. For monks and lay people, back then 2,600 years ago, when we go to see or pay respect to Lord Buddha during the times, monks and lay people usually go in the morning and also go in the evening time as we are right now. But today we're talking about the morning chanting in the evening times, but that's okay because the same principle here, to pay respect to Lord Buddha and also pay respect to the Dhamma and also pay respect to the Sangha. Now we are all here together to understand more about this. This is the why. To bring back the time that Lord Buddha is still alive, to pay respect and learn more about his teaching. So let's come back to now. The world nowadays, the recent day, people around the world having problem about the stress, about depression, about many things, which is caused from, if you're learning in the teaching of Lord Buddha before, you will know that the problem of the world begins from the craving in the human mind. So, because most of the people doesn't know how the minds work, we need to help them and to set the tone throughout the day into the right directions, as though to practicing mindfulness and also practicing the truth from the verses that Lord Buddha passed on throughout generations, 2,600 years already, until now today. So we are here, lucky enough to have learned about all his teaching. And for most of the people, they are most familiar with the teaching of Lord Buddha about the middle way. Now, the morning chanting is setting the tones, so we can practicing to find our middle ground toward middle way throughout the day. Let's begin with when we woke up in the morning. For most of the people, they sometimes feel fatigued. They sometimes feel exhausted, even they just woke up from their sleep. So why is that? Because throughout the day, lot of activity that drew the mind out to attach to many things, to the task at hand, to the pet, to people, to many things that they have been involving with throughout the days. And that's why, because the mind getting out of its place more than it stays still at the same place at our body, but they went out all the time. It's like we keep on running non-stop. That's why the mind, same as we are. When imagine when we are running for probably 10 hours a day. Imagine how exhausted we may be. Same thing as the mind. So, and because most of the people doesn't know how it works, they just start because of those activity cause them fatigue, cause them exhausted, even cannot sleep at night. And that is the problem. So when we think back 2,600 years ago, when Lord Buddha is still alive, back then the clocks are actually going so slower than the world nowadays. Now the world going in the, as living in the fast lane. People always having a rush hour. That's why people always getting fatigued and exhausting throughout the day. Even they haven't started the day yet. Even they just woke up, sit right up at their bed and still get exhausting already because they doesn't know how to helping the mind, how to energizing the mind. So here come the tools that can help us to setting the tones. The tools can to me, I see it as the value investor in our life, which is morning chanting. So we setting the tones by we using slow pace, and that's how we helping the mind to stay close to our body, to stay mindful, to stay calm. When we are chanting, just imagine after me, when we are chanting, we're using, especially when we're learning about the languages we doesn't understand, we go slow. And when we go slow, the rhythmic of our breathing getting slower. And that's how we learn to control the breathing. And the breath, what we take every single day, which is actually the most essential part of human life. We have to breathe in order to survive, right? So when we are breathing slowly, we're practicing mindfulness, and so we set the tone of our day. Begin from before we going out of the house. Still, when we woke up in the morning after you finish your personal business and going to the restroom, brush your teeth, wash your face, and then after you got dressed up, everything is about to begin with your daily life. So if we are taking some times chanting, it doesn't matter how long that you chant. It depends on consistency that can helping the mind to learn about the slow pacing of the life, to setting the tone, the right tone for you to see how you about to begin your day. Which, if you're chanting in the morning, that means you're setting the tone that you will be calm throughout the day. You will feel so mindful throughout the days and getting relaxing at the same time. Even you are facing with a lot of problem on that day, but still you're having consciousness, and you can control that consciousness. You can understand about emotion, because throughout your morning chanting, you learn how to go slow and how to letting go of, when you you need to manage your times. In order to having a morning chanting, you need to manage your times, set it right. So those who have large hour, they don't have much time to think, to feel, or when they are having some problem, they'll react. But if we are practicing morning chanting, practicing about meditation in the morning, actually it's same principle. But for those who doesn't really understand about meditation, chanting help a lot. And now a lot of medical studies shows that chanting, also meditation, helping those who are practicing that regularly to having a better health, a better well-being, especially mental well-being. They can learn about physical self and also to learning to coping about their emotions. And that's how we about to learning today. So let's driving the words that we are about to discuss, which is, as I told you, it is the powerful tool to setting the tone. So you will have a happy day throughout the day, no matter how long that you're gonna take in the day. So we're learning about the morning chanting in the perspective of the people nowadays. As I told you, we want to setting the tones. The tone of people right now is so important. I have been taking responsible to setting a course for the university students. Want to help them to learn about habits. So we're setting the tone. When we begin to designing the programs, we're using the course designing tools from Stanford University. Luckily, I have a good consultant to bring the tools to show us that if you want to teach people about habits, we need to setting the tone. What kind of result you're expecting from this? And then after we setting the tones, we can follow the programs. We can know the procedure bit by bit. And that is, I would love you to understand about the why first. Because to me, I'm not a scholar. I'm not the academic, working in the academic fields. I'm just those who those who are close to me, understanding more about the teaching of Lord Buddha. I'm still practicing it, but I love to share my experiencing with others. So sometime when we have discussed panel, we can share. And I'm open right now. If you have something to share, you can type in or would love to ask me something. Please don't hesitate to, or would want to ask me about anything, just adding into the chatting session so I can read what you would love to understand more. Now, let's go see that we are about to do, which is the translation of the morning chanting. Because with this morning chanting routines that been passed on from the times of Lord Buddha until now, with this right now today, they have the tangible results, tangible proof that show when you're practicing chanting every single day, you will gain more control of your emotions. So I think it's so important for those who have problem with anger management. They need to control their angers. They pray something like the Bodhisattva chants, especially from the Mahayana sect, which is so, in Mahayana sect, they love to chant a lot, and that Bodhisattva chant is so important for Mahayana sect. And the words is so beautiful. And even me, who are, ordained for 20-something years, when we listen to the chants, it calms my mind. Even I doesn't know any words, any meanings, but still can calm my mind. And that's how the benefits from morning chanting that we about to learning together right now. So let's jump into the morning chanting. Today we begin with the introduction to Romanized Pali, using the Roman alphabet, so we can share the knowledge and how we can read it together, because we have different background from many countries here, but we're using the Roman language to get drive, so we can read the word in the chanting morning. The Pali, the Romanized Pali alphabet is divided into 8 vowels and 32 consonants, and that is what I would love you to learning first. Let's begin with the vowels, which is the sound that we about to use in the chanting. The vowel have the 8 sound in Romanized Pali languages. Begin with a, or the letter A, and then the A with the that underneath. Okay, chanting time in India. Thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, the first vowel is A, and then A with the dash on the above, which is the longer sound R. Please open the PowerPoint for me, please, if you have file. I don't have file with me here, so please show the student the file for me. Thank you so much. But listen to me first. There are 8 sounds. First, A. The second verse, the second vowel, which is A. And then the third is I. And the fourth is E. And the fifth is U. And the sixth is U. And then A. And the last one is O. This is the vowel of the Romanized Pali languages. So begin with A. Okay. A. I. E. U. U. E. And O. And this is the language that we used. So now we're talking about, followed by the consonants that in Pali language that we have to learn more. First we begin from the grouped consonants. Okay? Listen to me first, and then because the PowerPoint probably need a little bit of waiting. Sorry for that. The group consonant, they have 5 groups in the grouped consonants. Begin with the guttural consonants, which is ka, 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 nga, and then following with palatal group consonants, which is cha, cha, sha, sha, ya, and then wrinkles consonant, which is ta, 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 na, and then dental, which is the teeth, ta, 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 na, and then labels, grouped consonant, which is from the lips, p, pa, 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 ma, and that is the consonant that we need to learn. So from this, and this is just something that I would love you all to feel used to it, and then we have the books, right? So we can follow what we are talking about right now. And for the ungrouped consonant, which is ya, la, la, wa, sa, ha, la, ang, which is the vowel and also the consonant. And now, for most of the words that we are learning right here. We're using Romanized Pali, which is using the English alphabet here. So, you know all the English word, some using the same word, some, the same sound, some has difference. So don't worry too much about it, because as I told you, even I didn't know about the Bodhisattva consonants, but still I can practicing, and I can also learning about how to calm my mind. And that is the reason we're learning about the languages. So this is all the while are combining together, so we can learn about the teaching of Lord Buddha through the translations. And from all the languages that I have shown you, that excuse me for a little bit. This is what we need to learn about it. The group with consonant begin from ka, 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 nga. And then the second group, which is cha, cha, sha, cha, ya. So you can get used to the alphabet first. And then ta, 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 na for the wrinkles, consonants. And then the dentals, which is the teeth. Ta, 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 na. And then labels, which is the lip, pa, 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 ma, and the ungrouped consonants that you need to see, which is ya, la, la, wa, sa, ha, la, ang. And that is the words that we using. So let's jump to the morning chanting. I'm gonna go slow, and we'll give you the translation at the same time too. We begin from the dedication of offerings. As I told you in the early sessions, which is when we're practicing Vatra chanting or morning chanting, we bring back the times that Lord Buddha is still alive. People go there to pay respect to Lord Buddha. And that's how we begin with the dedication of offerings to pay respect to Lord Buddha. So let's begin with the first part, which is the dedication of offering here. Yo so bhagava arahang. You can see the M with the dot underneath, which is ang. Samma A with the dot above the A, which is the long sound. Samma Sambuddho. And you can learning to following the word if you're not familiar with it. Yo so bhagava arahang samma sambuddho, which is mean to the blessed one, the Buddha, who fully attained perfect awakening. And that is the first verse. I'm gonna adding a little details on this, which is means Lord Buddha himself, he awakened from the defilement, which is to most of the people here in this world, except the Arahants or Lord Buddha. They've been like they are asleep. They've been fools or deluded in the way that samsara trapped us all here. So Lord Buddha, he awakened. He see what is really going on in this samsara, and he willing to helping many people by pass on the knowledge to help all beings, first with the human beings, to learn about how to get into the middle way, to get liberating. But we need to practice it that by ourselves. With the Vatara here that we're chanting, is like the tools that help setting the tones throughout the day, so we can have a peace of mind and we can go in the right direction. So that's why we are offering, but which that we're gonna offer, please follow me from now on. And the second sentence, which is Swakato Yena, which is, don't have any dash or dot, which is the short vowel. Pakawata Tammo, you see, when you have that above A or O or U, which is the longer sounds. Swakato Yena Pakawata Tammo, which is mean to the teaching which he expounded or explaining so well. The third sentence, Supatipanno Yasa Pakawato Sawaka Sangho, and to the blessed one disciple who have practiced as well. Tamayang, see M with the dot underneath, which is Ang. Tamayang Pakawantang Sa Tammang Sa Sanghang. To these the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, or the triple gems. Imehi sakarehi yatarahang aropitehi apipushayama. That above, which is longer sound. We respect with offering our rightful homage, and that is how we respect the triple gems. Satu no pante pakawa sucira pariniputopi. It is well for us that the blessed one, having attained preparations, Pachima Shanata Nukampa Manasa, still have compassion for the future generations. Lord Buddha, he have metta, or love toward all beings. So that's why he passed on his knowledge with compassion to future generations. Ime sakare tukata, and with underneath the vowel also like pan tukata panya Karapute patikanhatu, may this simple offering be accepted. Amhakang tikaratang hitaya sukhaya, for long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us. Arahang Samma Samputo Pakawa, longer sound. I bow down before the awakened blessed ones, and then we bow. Puttang Pakawantang Apiwatemi, the blessed one is worthy and rightly self-awakened. Swakato Pakawata Tammo. Now we go to pay respect to the Sangha, to the Dhamma. The Dhamma is well expounded by the blessed one. Dhammang namasami, I pay homage. Namasami means we are pay homage to the Dhamma, and then we bow. Then come to the Sangha part, or the monks. Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho, the Sangha of the blessed one, disciples, have practiced as well. Sanghang namami, I pay respect to the Sangha, and then bow. And that is the first part, to offering the respect, to bow our homage to all triple gem. It is all the meaning. With the conclusion, I would love to adding a little bit more, because with the teaching, that Lord Buddha, he compassions, he loves all beings. He passed on his knowledge to liberating those who suffer in this samsara, and those who practicing his verses, his teaching or Dhamma. And then the Sangha who used to take the intensive course, who practice harder than others and pass on the knowledge, since Lord Buddha himself Parinirvana, he went to Nirvana. And that's how we learn about the teaching of Lord Buddha. So that's why we pay respect to all triple gems. And then we go to the 1.2 session, which is Buddha Namastu, or pay homage only to Lord Buddha. Let's begin to the 1.2 part. Before all chanting together, when we stopping from one section to another section, there's gonna be a pause with the leader lead, so we knew that we need to stop. We need to focus on like this. We pay homage to only Lord Buddha. We separating the teaching into three parts. Let's jump into the leader part. The leader will lead that he will chant Han Tamayang Puttasa Bhagavato Buppapa Kanamakarang Karoma Se. This is all the word that the leader will lead before we go to the altogether part. And the meanings of this verse means, now let us chant the preliminary passage in homage to the awakened one, the blessed one. And that is the meaning. And then all together, you familiar with this word? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed one, the worthy one, the righteous self-awakened one, 3 times, which means Lord Buddha himself, he awakened by himself. He is the teacher of his. He training himself and he enlightened by himself, which is make Lord Buddha so excel over all the Arahant. And then the 1.3 part, which is the place for the Buddha. The leader will lead as always, which is Han Tamayang Puttha Pitu Ting Karoma Se. Now let us give high praise to the awakened ones. High praise. Yo so Tathagato, he who has attended the truth. This is the meaning. Arahang, the worthy ones. Samma Sambuddho, rightly self-awakened ones. Vicca Charana Sampanno, consummate in knowledge and conduct. Sukhato, one who has gone the good way. Lokavidhu, knower of the cosmos. Anuttaro Purisa Dhammasarati, an excellent trainer of those who can be taught. Sattha Teva Manusanang, teacher of human and divine beings. Putto Bhagava, awakened, blessed. Yo imang Lokang sa Tevakang sa Marakang sa Brahmakang, who made known having realized through direct knowledge the world with its Devas, Maras, and the Brahmas. Sasa mana Brahmaning Pachang sa Teva Manusang sayang Apinya Sachikatawa Pavetesi. Its generations with their contemplative and priests, their rulers and common people. Yo dhammang te se si ati kalayanang matche kalayanang pariyosana kalayanang, who explained the Dhamma 5 in the beginning, 5 in the middle, and 5 in the end. Sattang sapayan chanang Theva paripunang parisutthang brahmachariyang pakasesi, who expounded the holy life both in its particular and in its essence, entirely complete, perfectly pure. Tamahang Bhagavantang Apipuchayami, worship most highly that precious one. Tamahang Bhagavantang Silasanamami, to that precious one I bow my head down. And that is the meaning of the praise for the Buddha. Now the praise for the Dhamma. The reader will lead, and then we will practice it together after my explanation finish. The leader will guide. Han tamayang thamma pituting karo mase. Now let us give high praise to the Dhamma. And all together, Yo so sawakato bhagavata dhammo. The dash above the A, which is long sound. And this sentence means the Dhamma well expounded by the blessed ones. Santitiko, to be seen here and now. Akaliko, timeless. Ehipasiko, encouraging investigations. Opanayiko, leading inward. Pachatang vetitapo vinyuhi, to be seen by the wise for themselves. Tammahang tammang apipuchayami, I worship most highly that Dhamma. Tammahang tammang sirasanamami, to the Dhamma I bow my head down. So if you give the little bit additional for the Dhamma is so important, and which is make the teaching of Lord Buddha different from all the philosopher back to 2000 years ago, which is a lot of philosophers who try to pass on the knowledge and belief to the next generations. From what he taught throughout his life, 45 years of them after he self-awakened or enlightened by himself, he said he passed on the truth to all beings, the Deva, the Brahma, every beings that we have been reached before. So the Dhamma is the truth. Who practiced, who follow, will benefit at the same time that Lord Buddha is still alive. So it doesn't matter how long has passed. If you're willing to practicing yourself using the teaching that he guides, you will be achieved to be part of those who understand, gain a lot more wisdom than most of the people who are living in this world. So let's jump to the last part of today's session, which is the praise for the Sangha. As always, the leader will guide. Han tamayang Sangha pituting karo mase. Now let us give high praise to the Sangha or the monks community. And then all together, Yo so supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho. If you are not used to all these words, you can follow the PowerPoint that's showing in the screens. Yo so supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho, which means the Sangha of the Blessed One disciple who have practiced well. Ushupatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅkho, who have practiced directly. Yahyapatipanno, end with a little curl above, which is pronounced like Yeah, like this. Ya patipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho, who have practiced it insightfully. Sami patipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho, who have practiced it properly. Ya tithang cattali Purisa Yukani Atta Purisa Pukhala, namely the 4 pairs, the 8 type of noble ones, as I explained before when we ending the praise for the Dhamma. If you practiced the Dhamma, the thought, the teaching of Lord Buddha, you can be part of these 4 pair or 8 types of noble ones. Esa Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅgho, that is the Sangha of the Blessed One disciples. Ahunayo, worthy of gifts. Pahunayo, worthy of hospitality. Takkinayo, worthy of offerings. Anjali Karaniyo, worthy of respect. Anuttarang Punya Ketang Lokasa, the incomparable fields of merit for the world. Tammahang Sanghang Apipushayami, I worship most highly that Sangha or the monks community. Tammahang Sanghang Sirasa Namami, to the Sangha I bow my head down. And that is the first part of morning chanting translation I would love to share with you today. But as I told you, I'm not a scholar. I focus mostly when I learning about any teaching from Lord Buddha. I try to figure out the why in my opinions. So with this why, make us learn more, understanding more, and that is the wisdom that Lord Buddha wants us all to know. And this morning chanting, the Vatra chanting, the routine that we have to practice it every single day, we're setting the tone, we're setting the pace of our today's life. And that is the why. After I learning about this session, so what I learned is we setting the tone, we setting the pace of our daily life, which is, to me, with this fast-paced world nowadays, not just literally, but actually, the scientists found now the world getting spin faster because of from the meditator I have listened to his sermons, the master who practiced meditation for many years. He says, because of defilements, kilesa, in human's mind, that drive people to do things, to taking actions without consciousness sometimes, or sati, or mindfulness. So that's why people are hurting the world. People hurting people hurting animals and all beings because they doesn't know how to purify their minds. When we are practicing morning chanting or Vatra chanting, we're setting the tone of our life. We're setting the pace of our daily life. That's how we're having mindfulness. That's how we're practicing mindfulness. That's how we're practicing meditation. And so the mind, after it running around as it used to be, can stay still more longer. And that is the reason we have to practice morning chanting or Vatra chanting. So now let's chanting the morning chanting together. Okay. There. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Blessed One, the Buddha who fully attained perfect awakening.
สวากขาโตเยนะภะคะวตาธัมโม
To the teaching which he expounded so well.
สุปฏิปันโนยัสสะภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
And to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well.
ธัมมยังภะคะวันตังสัทธัมมังสัสสังฆัง
To these, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha.
อิเมหิสการเรหิยะทาระหังอาโรปิเตหิอภิปูชยามะ
We respect with offerings our rightful homage.
สาธุโนพันเตภะคะวาสุจิราปรินิพพุโตปิ
It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation,
อาชิมาชนะตานุกัมปมานัสสา
still had compassion for future generations.
อิเมสการเรทุขตาปันนาการภูเตปฏิคันหาตุ
May these simple offerings be accepted.
อัมหากังทีคารตังหิตายาสุขายา
For our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us.
อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวา
The Blessed One is worthy and rightly self-awakened.
พุทธังภะคะวันตังอภิวาเทมิ
I bow down before the awakened Blessed One. Bow down.
สวากขาโตภะคะวตาธัมโม
The Dhamma is well expounded by the Best One.
ธัมมังนามัสสามิ
I pay homage to the Dhamma. Bow down.
สุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
The Sangha of the Blessed One's disciple has practiced well.
สังฆังนามามิ
I pay respect to the Sangha. Bow down.
อนามัยยังพุทธัสสะภะคะวะโตอุปภาคณมการังกโรมะเส
Now let us chant the preliminary passage in one homage to the awakened one, the Blessed One.
นะ
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
Homage to the Blessed One, the worthy one, the rightly self-awakened one.
อนามัยยังพุทธาภิทุติงกโรมะเส
Now let us give high praise to the awakened one.
โยโสตถาคโต
He who has attained the truth,
อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธ
the worthy one, rightly self-awakened one,
วิชาจารณสัมปันโน
consummate in knowledge and conduct,
สุขโตโลกวิทู
one who has gone the good way, knower of the cosmos,
อนุตตโรปุริสธรรมสารติ
unexcelled trainer of those who can be taught,
สัทธาเทวมนุษย์สานัง
teacher of human and divine beings,
พุทโธภะคะวา
awakened bliss,
โยอิมังโลกังสเทวกังสมารกังสพรหมกัง
who made known having realized through direct knowledge the world with its devas, Maras and Brahmas.
สัสมณพราหมณิงปัจจังสเทวมนุสังสยังอภิญญาสัชิกตวาปเวเทสิ
Its generations with their contemplatives and priests, their rulers and common people.
โยธัมมังเทเสสิอาทิกัลยานังมัชเชกัลยานังปริโยสานกัลยานัง
Who explain the Dharma, find in the beginning, find in the middle, find in the end.
สัทธังสัพพยัญชนะเกวรปริปุณังปริสุทธังพระมจริยังปกาเสสิ
Who expounded the holy life both in its particulars and in its essence, entirely complete, perfectly pure.
อามหังภะคะวันตังอภิปูชยามิ
I worship most highly that blessed one.
ตามหังภะคะวันตังศิรสานามามิ
To that blessed one, I bow my head down, bow down.
อันนมยังธรรมาพิทุติงกะโรมะเส
Now let us give high praise to the Dhamma.
โยโสสวากาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโม
The Dhamma will expounded by the blessed one,
สันทิติโก
to be seen here and now,
อากาลิโกเอหิปัสสิโก
timeless, encouraging investigation,
โอปัญญิโก
leading inward,
ปัจจตังเวทิตาโพวินโยหิ
to be seen by the wise for themselves.
อามหังธัมมังอภิปูชยามิ
I worship most highly that Dhamma.
อามหังธัมมังศิรสานามามิ
To that Dhamma, I bow my head down, bow down.
อันนมยังสังฆาพิทุติงกะโรมะเส
Now let us give high praise to the Sangha.
โยโสสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
The Sangha of the blessed one's disciples who have practiced well.
อุชุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
Who have practiced directly.
ยายาปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
Who have practiced insightfully.
สามีจิปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
Who have practiced properly.
ยาทิทังจตาริปุริสายุคานิอัตถปุริสปุคลา
Namely, the four pairs, the 8 types of noble ones.
เอสาภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
That is the Sangha of the blessed one's disciples,
อาหุนายโย
worthy of gifts,
ปาหุนายโย
worthy of hospitality,
ตาขินายโย
worthy of offerings,
อัญชลีการณิโย
worthy of respect.
อนุตตรังบุญญาเขตังโลกัสสะ
I worship most highly that Sangha. To that Sangha, I bow my head down, bow down.
อันนมยังรัตนตยปนามคาทายโยเทวะสังเวคปริจิตนาปาทัญจาปนามะเส
Now let us recite the stanzas in salutation to the triple together in the passage of the big statement inspiring essence of ocean-like compassion.
โยจันตสุทาภรยานโรจโน
Process of the eye of knowledge completely purified.
โลกัสสปาภูปกิเลสคาตโก
Destroyers of the evils and corruptions of the world.
วันทามิพุทธังอหมาทะเรนตัง
I revere that Buddha with devotion.
ธัมโมปฏิโปวิยตัสสะสัทธุโน
The teacher's Dharma like a lamp.
โยมะคปากามะตะเพทะปินนโก
Divided into paths, fruition, and the deathless.
โลกุตโรโยจัตถาทาทิปโน
Both transcendent itself and showing the way to that goal.
วันทามิธัมมังอหมาทะเรนตัง
I revere that Dharma with devotion.
สังโฆสุเขตาพยติเขตสัญญิโต
The Sangha call a few better than the best.
โยทิทัสสันโตสุขตานุโพทโก
Who have seen peace, awakening after the one gone the good way.
โลลาปะหิโนอริโยสุเมกโส
Who have abandoned carelessness, the noble one, the wise.
วันทามิสังฆังอหมาทะเรนตัง
I revere that Sangha with devotion.
อิเจวะเมกันตปิปูชนัยยกัง
By the power of the merit I have made.
วัตถุตยังวันทยตาปิสังขตัง
In giving reverence to the Triple Gem.
ปุญญังมยายังมะมะสะภุปัทถวา
Worthy of only the highest homage.
มาโหตุเวตัสสะปะภาวะสิทธิยา
May all my obstructions cease to be.
อิทัตถาคโตโลเกอุปันโนอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธ
Here, one attained to the truth, worthy and rightly self-awakened, has appeared in the world.
ธัมโมจะเตสิโตนิยานิโกอุปสัมมิโกปรินิพพานิโก
And Dhamma is explained, leading hour of samsara climbing, tending toward total nibbana.
สัมโพธคามิสุขตาภเวทิโต
Going to self-awakening, declared by one, has gone the good way.
มายันตังธัมมังสุตวาเอวังชานามะ
Having heard the Dhamma, we know this.
ชาติปิทุกขา
Birth is suffering.
ชราปิทุกขา
Aging is suffering.
มรณะปิทุกขัง
Death is suffering.
โสกปริเทวทุกขโทมนัสสุปายาสาปิทุกขา
Sorrow, lamentation, pain, distress, and despair are stressful.
อาปิเยหิสัมปโยโคทุกโค
Association with things disliked is suffering.
ปิเยหิวิปโยโคทุกโค
Separation from things liked is suffering.
ยามปิชังนลปฏิตัมปิทุกขัง
Not getting what one wishes is suffering.
สังคิเตนะปัญจุปาทานขันธาทุกขา
In short, the five aggregates for clinging are stressful.
สายาทิทังรูปูปาทานขันโธ
Namely, form as an aggregate for clinging,
เวทนูปาทานขันโธ
feeling as an aggregate for clinging,
สัญญูปาทานขันโธ
perception as an aggregate for clinging,
สังขารูปาทานขัน
mental processes as an aggregate for clinging,
วิญญาณูปาทานขันโธ อุลังสาวะเกวิเนติ
often instructed his disciples in this way.
เอวังภาคาจะปนาสาภะคะวะโตสาวะเกสุอนุสาสนีภาอุราปวัตติ
Many times did he emphasize this part of his admonition.
รูปังอนิจจัง
Feeling is not self.
สัญญาอนัตตา
Perception is not self.
สังขาราอนัตตา
Mental processes are not self.
วิญญาณังอนัตตา
Consciousness is not self.
สัพเพสังขาราอนิจจา
All processes are impermanent.
สัพเพธัมมาอนัตตาติ
All phenomena are not self.
เอมยัง
All of us
บังเอิญได้อ่านเรื่องบวชได้เบอร์โทรวิทยาค่ะ
ชรามรณเนนะ
aging and death
โสเก
by sorrows,
ปริเทเวหิ
lamentations,
อ๋อบังเอิญว่าหลวงพี่หมอท่านบอกว่าจะพูดซูม
distresses,
แต่ปรากฏว่าตอนนี้อยู่ในเครื่องอย่าง
and
เงี้ยค่ะ
despairs,
หนูก็เลยงง
โคตินา
bounded by
ใช่ท่านอยู่
suffering,
ไต้หวันแต่ทำไมตายมาทิ้งไว้ก่อน
obstructed
ขึ้นเครื่อง
by
อ่ะ
suffering.
ท่านบอกว่าตอนนี้
อา
ท่าน
เปวนามิมาสเกวราสะทุกขคันทัสสะ
แต่ประสานงาน
อันตกิริยาปัญญาเยคาติ
ถ้าท่าน
Think, oh,
ใช่หนูก็
that
มี
the
ลาย
end of
เลี้ยง
this
สองแบบ
entire
เลยนะ
mass of
ไม่
suffering
เป็นไร
and
ค่ะไม่เป็นไร
stress
โอเค
might be
ตามนั้น
known.
ค่ะพี่ค่ะ
จิราปรินิพุตังปิตังภควันตังสารนังคตา
Though the total liberation of the blessed one, the worthy one, the rightly self-awakened one, was long ago, we have gone for refuge in him,
ธรรมัญจะสังคัญจะ
in the Dharma, and in the Bhikkhu Sangha.
ตัสสะภะคะวะโตสาสนังยถาสติยถาพลังมานาสิกาโรมาอนุปฏิปัชฌามา
We attend to the instruction of the Blessed One, as far as our mindfulness and strength will allow, and we practice accordingly.
สาสาโนปฏิปติอิมาสเกวราสะทุกขคันทัสสะอันตกิริยายะสังวัตตุ
May this practice of ours bring about the end of this entire mass of suffering and stress.
ปันมยังปฏิทานคาทายโยพันนามะเส
Now let us make the dedication of merit.
ยะ
เทวตาสันติวิหารวาสินี
The devas which dwell in the temple,
ทุเปคะเรโพธิคะเรตะหิงตะหิง
in the pagoda in the Bodhi tree,
อาคัมมทาเนนะภวันตุปูชิตา
those devas we have worshipped with sacrificial objects.
โสทิงกโรนเตทวิหารมันดาเร
May they grant happiness in the circle of this temple.
เทราจมัจจานวกาจะพิขโว
Monks who are elders, middle and new monks.
สารามิกาทานปฏิอุปาสกา
Laymen and laywomen of good breeding.
คามาจะเทสานิคามาจะอิสรา
All householders, countrymen, villagers and chieftains.
สัพพานาภูตาสุขิตาภวันตุเต
May they and all creatures attain happiness.
ชาลาปุชายเยปิจาอันดาสัมภวาสังเสทชาตาอัทโวปปาติกา
May all creatures whether born from water and egg, moisture or from the worm.
นิยานิกังคัมมวรังปฏิจจเต
May they have the precious Dhamma which leads to the good way.
สัพเพปิทุกขสักการโรนตุสังขยัง
May it brings an end to suffering.
อาตุจิรังสตังธัมโมธัมมทราจกุคลา
May the Dhamma of good people long abide, and may people who observe the Dhamma live long.
สังโฆโหตุสัมมาโฆวะทายะจายายะจา
May the Sangha be ever harmony ready to bring benefits and assistance.
อัมเมระคตุสัทธัมโมสัพเพปิธัมมจาริโน
May the true Dhamma protect us all and care for all who uphold the Dhamma.
พุทธิงสัมปาปุณายยามะอัมเมอริยปเวทิเต
May we all progress in the Dhamma which the Noble One has made manifest.
And with the grammar in Pali language, with end with the curl above. When you pronounce, when you put it in the first alphabet, it will be pronounced Y or Ya, and this is the sound of it. But with the ends, actually it's pronounced in between Ya and ends, which is will pronounce Panya. When two ends with the curl together, we pronounce Panya. And it's only one end with the curl above, we pronounce Ya. And that is a little bit harder for those who are not using the language that's based on the Pali or Sanskrit base or roots is going to be like this. So just learning bit by bit, you will get used to it. Thank you so much for asking. And from now on, I think before we part for tonight, let's meditate together so we can feel the peace of mind together before we part, and we will be learning about the last session of the morning chanting tomorrow together. So follow my guidance. Close our eyes together. Take a soft, long, deep breath until you feel your stomach getting expanding. And breathing out from your stomach, soft and long. Breathe in soft and deep down into your stomach. You will feel your belly expanding. Continue focus on your breathing for more couple of times until you feel some point inside your body, around your stomach. That point, actually, it is the ends of your breath, and also the beginning of your breathing. Breathe in. Use your feelings. Follow your breathing until you feel the end of your breath. And that is your center. When you feel your center, be visualizing a crystal ball round and clear, floating inside your belly. Use your feelings. We are not gonna hurry. Just simply follow your breathing in and out. In and out until you feel the center. And then we visualize a clear crystal ball, round and clear sphere shape, floating inside your belly. Feel your center. Feel your crystal ball. And be with the crystal ball. Be with the center together. Chanting is the way that we prep our mind before meditating. After the chanting, if you're following by meditation, your mind getting calm more easier. Use only your feelings. Feel your center. Feel your crystal ball. And be with the crystal ball. That is all we have to do now. Let the crystal ball appear, floating at the center of our body. That is how we bring the mind back through meditation. When the mind coming back to the center, the mind getting energized, empowering. Let's meditate together.สัพเพพุทธาภลปัตตาปัจเจกานัญจยันพลังอรหันตานัญจเตเชนะรักขังพันธามิสัพพโสเตทรธาสุขิตาวิรุณหาพุทธศาสเนอโรคาสุขิตาโหทะสหสัพเพหิยาติภิสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนะสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสธีภวันตุเต Thank you so much for joining these sessions and hopefully see you again tomorrow. Have a good night all. Bless you all. Thank you so much for having me here.
I invite all the lay participants and students to offer our respect to the teaching monk bow, bow, bow.
Bless you all, having a good night.
I'd like to express my gratitude to Venerable Anurag Sotiko for sharing your wisdom with us today. We have learned from the Venerable that morning chanting is much more than recitation. It sets our daily tone and connects us to the Buddha's teachings. And it has the power to transform our daily lives with mindfulness, calmness, and spiritual purpose. And to all participants, thank you for your dedication to learning and practicing Dhamma. You are keeping the light of Buddhism alive for the future generations. And tomorrow at 6:30 p.m., we will continue with evening chanting and meditation. And then again, Venerable Anurag will guide us to the second part of morning chanting, deepening our understanding of these sacred verses and their practical application. So please review the morning chanting text in your material and reflect on today's teachings. And may the merits of this learning, chanting, and meditation bring peace to all beings. May you and your family be blessed with wisdom and wealth, happiness, and the light of Dhammakaya shining within you. And Nibbana Pacayo Hotu. And for those who registered through Venerable Ponchai and Mithila, please remain for a few moments to receive additional information and guidance. And for all dear students and participants, thank you for joining our program. So see you tomorrow and good night.